Hello, my YouTube friends. Welcome back to my channel. This is Joe. I am hanging out on my front porch. Love this front porch, by the way. But in today's video, I want to talk to you about motorcycle seats and two specific seats in specifics. So I want to talk to you about the stock seat that comes on the Indian Chieftain versus the upgraded seat that I decided to go with, which is the Mustang Wide Tripper. I want to sit here because in all actuality, these seats don't look much different from each other when you look at dimensions and shape. However, you'll be surprised at how huge the improvement is in comfort from one seat to the other. So anyways, I want to, and there's a few key differences that I want to go over as well. So I've had a few people on past videos ask me about what seat I'm riding and how I like it. So I thought this might be a good time to do a comparison video. So let's get into it. All right, so first I want to apologize. I'm on my front porch and there are cars driving by, so hopefully it doesn't pick up too much noise. But let's get started with a little comparison here. So the first thing that I want to point out between these two seats is that on the stock seat, it's got this like almost like a back support. In my opinion, it's too far forward. I'm about 5'10" with a 30-inch inseam, and I felt as if I were nearly sitting on the tank. This little back support just pushed me too far forward on the bike. Made me feel cramped, like I was too close to the fairing, too close to the bars. I just felt like I was sitting on the tank. My crotch was on the tank, like right on the edge of the tank. So I did not like that. So position-wise, this seat didn't work for me. I needed something that pushed me a little further back. And if you notice, I've got these lined up pretty evenly here. So if you notice where that comes up, and if you look at this, you'll notice this comes back about 2 more inches. So like, here's where this is coming back. I mean, it allowed me to sit further back on the bike, so I no longer feel like I'm on, my crotch is sitting on the tank. The bike feels more roomy to me now, and that's just ergonomically, that's just a much more comfortable position for me. As far as comfort goes, I don't know why. This seems like it should be a comfortable seat. It feels like it's got, some squishiness to it. But, my first long ride on the stock seat, my wife and I went out for about 200 miles. And as soon as we came back from our first long ride, I went online and started researching seats, and I ended up buying the Mustang. I couldn't tolerate more than 50 or 60 miles on the seat before my ass started hurting. So what feels like it should be a comfortable seat just didn't work for me. It was even worse for my wife. This is really thin. I brought out a tape measure, and I don't know, at the very tail end of this is less than 2 inches back here. And at the center, it's about 2.5 inches thick. And, it's probably 9 inches wide, probably at the midpoint. So, there's just not a lot there. My wife did not find this stock seat comfortable at all. Nor did I. So, it's a good looking seat, but it just is not comfortable. In comparison, though, the Mustang seat at the midpoint has got what 3 3/4 inches of thickness. So that's a much thicker seat. It's nearly the same width, a little wider. So it's a 10-inch wide seat instead of a 9-inch wide seat. So it's a little wider, a little thicker. Front to back, it's not. So front to back, it's about 16 inches here for the passenger, whereas front to back is about 13 inches. But, that's where it comes in. That's where it gave me more room. So I guess you know, the extra space that I got as a rider is taken off of the passenger. But my wife does say that the Mustang is 100% more comfortable than the stock seat, but it's still not a perfect seat for her. She said that she'd prefer something wider, you know, side to side. You know, she sat on a couple of the Indian touring seats, and she was like, "Wow, these are really nice." I don't know if she'd have the same feeling if she took one out on a long ride, but we do find on a long ride, if we're doing more than 200 miles, we'll bring the air hock pad with us, and if her butt starts hurting, we'll throw the air pad on, and then she's fine for the rest of the ride. So it doesn't really bother her as long as we have that pad with her, the air hawk pad. The rider seat on the Mustang, I can go for a long time. I mean, when we went out to Sturgis last year, there was one day where we did a ton of riding because there was a lot of bad weather in the forecast, and one of my friends was leaving earlier than the rest of us, so he wanted to get in some of the key rides before he left. So we did a whole bunch in one long day, and I think we were out on the bikes for a good 12 hours that day, maybe even 13 hours, and I still felt good. So I can put in a pretty long day with that. Occasionally, if I'm out on a long day, my butt might start getting sore around the 6-hour mark for a little time. I just get off the bike for a half hour, and I'm okay after that. You know, but for the most part, I find that seat, that's an all-day seat for me. So, but I do want to take these seats over to the bike and show you there's a key difference on how they mount up to the bike too. And at first, I thought I wasn't going to keep the Mustang seat. I thought it was a deal breaker, but I've had the seat for 2 years now, and turns out it's not a deal breaker. So let me take it over to the bike, and I'm going to show you the two differences. Be right there. Okay, so stock seat. So I'm not gonna mount this completely because I would have to undo a few things. But when you mount this up, you'll notice. I took the side cover off so you can get a better view of it. But you'll notice that there's a little tab right here, and you see the little Allen key wrench on both sides of the seat. There's an Allen bolt that holds the seat on both sides, and you also have the rear mounting point. So you've got 3 bolts or Allen bolts holding the stock seat on. And when I got the Mustang seat, it did not have the little tabs to mount the side bolts. So let me show you what happens with the Mustang seat. Okay, so here we are on the Mustang seat. And again, great looking seat. But if you notice, there's no tab there. So these little Allen bolts, I have them there so I don't lose them, and I have them tightened down, but they're not doing anything. So there's no tab to hold the seat on from the sides. There's only one mounting point for this seat, which seems kind of shady. I don't know, it seems a little odd, but that's the only mounting point. So basically the seat goes underneath. There's a little clip that goes under the tank slightly, under like the 2 brackets on the tank. And then you just tighten down one screw, and that's it. And at first I was like, that's a game changer. I'm not, that's a deal breaker. I'm sending this seat back. But then I decided to try it for a while, and I've had the seat for 2 years. The thing just doesn't move. So anyways, so let me put the bike back together, and we will do a final wrap up on this video. All right, so my final impressions on the Mustang seat is I love it. I think it's a good looking seat. I feel like it matches the lines of the bike pretty nicely. It's a very quality made seat. It's my first Mustang seat and probably won't be my last. I really enjoy the seat. Would I buy it again? Absolutely, 100%. I feel like I got lucky on the first try because a lot of people buy 2 or 3 seats before they find the one that they like. I feel like I got lucky on this one. And the main thing that led me to the seat was that I knew it was going to push me further back, and it was going to give me more leg room. I knew that it was going to sit me back 1.5 to 2 inches. And so if you're looking for that extra space, this is the seat to buy. You know, are there some better touring seats out there? Probably. Do I get a little bit of discomfort every now and then on a fairly long ride? Sometimes. You know, maybe someday down the line I might pull the cover off and put just a tiny bit of memory foam right on that little like 2 or 3 square inch spot that bothers me. But it happens so infrequently that it's almost not worth it. You know what I mean? I feel like my butt's probably hardened to it by now. So I've been riding long enough that I think my butt's just used to it. But anyways, I love the Mustang Seat. I would buy it again. If anybody out there has any questions about the seat, I bought it from I bought it online from a company called West End Motorsports. At the time, they seemed to have the best pricing. It was like $50 less to buy it from them than it was to buy it direct from Mustang. So go figure. I think it was about a $400 seat at the time I bought it. I think I got it on sale for $399. So, you know, expensive maybe in comparison to some other seats that I've seen. Fairly reasonably priced, I think. So, good seat. You can get it with the option to get a backrest. It's a little more money if you like a rider's backrest. I don't like them, so I didn't get it. But it's, excuse me, the option is there if that's something you want. So, anyways, love the Mustang Seat. I'd buy it again. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments section and I will respond. I try to respond to everything. I try to respond to every question and every post. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. My channel has grown quite a bit over the last couple months, and I appreciate all the support, and we will catch you on the next video.